Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's begin our session by praying together. Please be seated. Let's pray together. All right. Thank you very much. Today we are in a meeting number 4. Last week, give me a moment. It's just gonna be here. So last week I asked you to review some articles from the magazines. Okay, I hope you still remember that. And because I realized that some of the students haven't yet reported their first assignment, so I will give the opportunity for them to report it today. And then after that, I will continue to discuss about the affordances and signifiers. Maybe some of the students here, Fauzan, I'm sorry. Yes, Fauzan, only you that joins the UI UX design. Maybe we can have a podcast session today. So you will give me some questions and I answer accordingly to the topics that we're going to talk about. So about the affordance and signifier, actually this is gonna be the same things that we have covered yesterday. Okay, we talked about that yesterday and we will share this today, but I will put more focus on the case study related to the things that you have chosen in your assignment. So in our UI UX design course, I ask you to review the appliance, right, that you chose. But in here, we do not use the appliances, not the physical appliances, but we directly hit the problems domains that you have, that you chose in the first or the second meeting, during the second meeting, and also the ones that you are going to talk about today, for the ones that not yet reporting the thing. And so that's all. That's gonna be our discourse for today. Okay. Now, can we have, so, do we, are we only going to listen to Risky? Which one is Risky? And Fauzan only for the assignments? How is about the rest? Have you done it already? Okay, so maybe we can start with Fauzan. You may share your screen. Okay. Sure. You can use any way you want. If you think that to replace the presentation, you need a whiteboard, for example, you want to draw on. Okay. All right. Sure. Yes, please unmute because that will identify your name in the recording. So I'm gonna mute myself in here.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. And today I will be presenting my understanding, or at least what I read in the IX magazine. The article that I chose is about the esports and human-computer interaction. Why I choose this topic is because I play games myself, and I think when I read the what is it, Daftar isi, the table of contents in the magazine, and I spot the esports in the title, I immediately goes and pick that topic. So in the magazine itself, the topic is about researching in the what is it domain of esports, because right nowadays esports is like traditional sports is something that is celebrated and is something that is viewed, streamed. It has viewers, it has audiences, it has players, and it has well, the team that manages it. So in the article itself, it says that um, it what is it experiment not experiment meneliti Research, yes. Research about how they can improve the segment of esports with using human computer interaction, as how can they make it more engaging, how can they make it more alive, since basically we are only looking at players within the screen, but how can we make it more alive, how can we make it more engaging, how can we make it so that the spectators and the audience and the players have more what is it, relations within each other using the technologies that we have, and then how can they make the games itself more uh, interactive and what is it, more interactive and more engaging in a way.
Did the authors specify the game title they mentioned about?
No, I don't think they mention any game titles, any
So
specific game
they,
titles.
they spoke about the e-sport in general.
Yeah, the esport events.
Events.
Yeah,
Events.
the events.
So like not the game. So
Not
during
the game
gameplay.
itself, but yeah, during the events. Like
During the
now,
events.
I think what I know what is popular right now is the Valorant tournaments. Yes, and they have like these big stages and
Alright.
audience and live screening.
Do we have that event in Asia?
I think there are some, yeah, in malls. Yeah, there are some in malls, and but it is not as big as yeah, it's more like a local tournaments. And I think the articles itself uh, tries to speak about how can they make these events more engaging. Yeah.
And how is the approach? How do we approach the event so they can make events more engaging?
I think from what I read so far is that they're still working on it, and they start to have like these questions such as who is the audience and who like they started to form these questions and how to make it better. But on the solutions itself, I think I don't see concrete solutions in the article that they've made it so far.
Okay. Okay. Is that
I think that is all for me.
sorry? Do you have any particular questions? Maybe some of you also is interested in esports.
I would just be interested in reading our but
Not really this.
Question.
Yes.
So you said they're still making the how to make it more engaging, right? So if I'm not wrong, there's a so Valorant in general in esports is the characters are every character has its own background, like from this country, from this country. So this game makes the whole world.
Do you mean the player?
No, the characters.
Oh,
So the characters from
I'm sorry, I cannot read.
yeah, it's okay, so maybe from USA or from China. So I think the latest video is they're given a background on Jakarta. So that makes Indonesian people feel more interested in the game itself and the esports scene.
Just like in the movie Indonesia, dude.
Yeah, like that. Okay. So besides that, is there any more thing to do besides than a video?
I think on that case where the, there is inclusivity in the game itself, I think that is more to the developer side rather on the what is it the ones that are that is in the other side. But I think that is a good example on how to make viewers feel more included within the game and the events that the game has.
Okay, as spectators, you have experience attending or participating in the event. Didn't you?
I don't attend. I just I
It's
think
mostly live streaming there.
I think
Oh,
so.
live streaming.
Yeah, because the ticket to the event itself is pretty pricey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
We also just
we will just gonna see a screen, right? So we can
Yeah. Yeah,
staring at their
and the players and the events. Yeah.
Yeah, there's big events out of the screen you're watching.
yes.
Yeah, they do a lot of
It's
things.
expensive because it's in a stadium.
Yeah.
all right. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you, sir.
Switch to you. Sure, sure. That should be the default case. Yeah, you should put it inside. Yes, you have to. You have to. You have to. I will also check the documents. So not only your verbal performance, but I need to check the documents. So please submit in the, I think it's the first section in the My Test Classroom. All right, cool. Make it slideshow. Cool. Can you open your microphone? Is it open already? Let me check. Yes, it is. You may start. I'm sorry. Did you see your microphone indicator there in this one turning green? This on the lower left when you speak. Give it a check because it's not moving in here. Excuse me.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Gilias, and here I'm going to present my article. So the title Is AI going to replace creative professionals? So in this presentation, we'll just cover about creative, not this like programmer, software engineer. So maybe before we start to talk about AI and also technology tools, first we need to know that technology and art has been around in a very, very long time. And even recently, scientists have discovered an enzyme relic. It's called, the name is Ocre-rich mixture. Sorry for pronunciation. But these tools was possibly used for decoration, painting, and also skin protection. And this was used possibly 100,000 years ago. So this just indicates that we have early used technology and art even for many years ago. So now we can go to the 19th centuries. So as you can see here, this is, in the left image here, this thing is called daguerreotype. Sorry for pronunciation. This was invented in 1939. So since this was released, there was a persistent myth that advances in technology are going to kill art and artisans. And as painter Paul de la Roche exclaimed at the demonstration, he said that from today, painting is dead. But is it true that painting is dead? Well, photograph didn't kill painting. So, but we know that we can deny that photography has caused a massive impact, a massive shift in painting. Such as example, like when we want to have an image for ourselves, we don't need to paint ourselves in the canvas. Instead, we can just photograph that. So keep in mind that a good set of brushes, paint, and canvas don't automatically make a good artist, and also a good camera doesn't make a good photographer. So, what is it actually? It's actually the skill and expressiveness of the operator that makes compelling art. So that's why even from today, painters still available, still exist, right? Because they use their skill and also their expressiveness. And as a legendary street photographer, Henry Cartier-Bresson said, "It is an illusion that photos are made with a camera." So it implies that it's actually not the camera that makes a good art. And then he continues with, "They are made with the eye, heart, and head." So what it means that it's actually the skill and also the expressiveness. So that's why the photograph should use the eye, heart, and also head, so that they will make a good photograph. Okay, so previously we talked about the photography and painting fields. What about the design system? Because as we know from today, there are so many design system out there like Figma, Adobe, XD, and etc. Most recently, the introduction of design system has been met with skepticism. As with photography, is it actually the same? The design system will kill the designer. Okay, is it true? Let us check again. Okay, the article said that before current AI moment, there was an idea that computer graphics were ruining cinema. But actually, it ended up to be a good tools to create a good movie, because from now, yeah, so many movie industry uses CGI to create a movie. And then while design system tools can do a repetitive piece of work in workflow, designers can focus on a higher level. So we can use tools like Figma or Adobe XD to create something that's repetitive, while we as designer we can focusing on higher level and what to make and yeah what to do. Okay, that was about the design system. What about AI? Is it going to replace creatives? Okay, the author starts the introduction with, there was a concept in the early 2016. There was an idea of style transfer. So this approach was pioneered by Leon Gattis. In this technique, users can give inputs of a image, and then the image can be redrawn with another image. So, like we want to convert an image to a Picasso style or other painter style, we can do that using a machine learning. So this was in 2016, and then the author started to use that idea style transfer. Uh, the author converted the I think it's the trailer movie for Space Odyssey. So as you can see here, this is a Space Odyssey. This is the one of the image. for the trailer, and then this is the conversion for the trailer. So what the author do to convert it, because this style transfer idea was just converting image into other image, not video to other video. So the author separates the frames from the video to each image, and then each of the images will be converted to a machine learning with style transfer idea. So this is one of the footage for the converted image using the style transfer idea. So in here, he converted the style from this original to the Picasso style. So this is what you can see here. Yeah, it's so colorful, and yeah, there were two things stylistically unlike: the chaotic explosion of shape. Yes, you can see there's so many shapes that's very weird to see, and also the over dramatic color. Yeah, that with Picasso style. Okay, so what about text to video? So the authors say that there is an argument that even though the technology is in early stages, it will evolve fast like DALL-E and Stable Diffusion. But the author said the task of the getting machine learning to model to generate video is an enormous mountain to climb. So maybe at this when the author created this article, he didn't know about this Sora. Maybe it wasn't released yet. It wasn't out yet. But he stated that there are three challenges to create a video generate AI model. The first one is the precise viewpoint or angle. So even though like we know that there is a AI model like Sora, we can still see spot some weird viewpoint or angle of the video, and also like the second to learn the object in the video and how they move. So this is really obvious when we look at example of Sora AI model. It's getting a hard time to generate like fingers how they move, and also like how people walk. So there's something weird about the video, even with Sora, the latest and most advanced technology. And also the third one is learn sequences of actions and then situate them in a work model. So okay, maybe that's all. Then this is the conclusion that's stated by the author. Even though there is still a chance that AI replace creatives, the process to reach that is a long way to go. And even when AI can do creative tasks, there is still need to prompt to drive image and video generation. And even like the AI generation can make mistakes, so it has to do some iterations and to find a set of media that work together. So I think that's all from the article. Thank you.
I think I may say that the AI that is mentioned here is more specific to generative AI because we have actually a variety of AI.
I think it's
Yeah, it's a bit generative AI, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the ones that is mentioned in that sense. But it's interesting that they mention about machine learning instead of deep learning because
Yeah, he said machine learning.
the
On the
generative
article.
AI, the subtle one, the ones that is the most powerful or the the pre-vert version used by I maybe because I'm not the expert in artificial intelligence, but maybe machine learning were used that. But in so far as I know, the deep learning is still take the most important role in this generative AI rather than the machine learning. Okay. Okay. By the way, I need to correct your statement about the design system. So you said that design system is about utilizing the Figma, utilizing Adobe XD, okay, and that's partly correct, okay, but it's not totally correct. Figma, Adobe XD is prototyping tools, okay, to help you do build a mock-up like a ready to waste a version of your application or your product later. So it doesn't have to be when you prototype your product using those tools, uh, it's not necessary to have a design system. But the best practice, or many designers nowadays always have design system in mind when they prototype the products. Design system is actually the template that you put in the prototyping tools. So suppose that you want to build a new My ITS web application, okay, and you do not want to recreate the elements of the UI from the scratch, okay. So you need templates, the UI templates for that, the buttons, the text, the fonts, the color, the choice of color, etc. To make it easy, then you download that template, and that template we call it as a design system. And there are many design systems available on the internet that is like given to the public, and the provider are the tech giants like Google have material design, Apple has that human user interface guidelines. That is the design system. Atlassian also have the same thing. IBM and many tech giants always have the design system applied to their products. So that's why when you see uh, Apple websites, for example, the despite the page that you open, the appearance will be alike. Okay, and as I said, in ITS, my ITS also have the same thing. If it's possible for you, you may escape from this slideshow. Try to open a new tab and then type designsystem.its.ac.it. This is our design system for my ITS. So later when, because I lead the my ITS team in the research center building. So to make the developers easier, especially for the front end developers, to follow the styles. You said the styles, right? In the articles, they underline styles quite well, to make sure that all the products will be alike, so similar across uh, the MyITS ecosystem. So the developers need to abide by, they have to be abide by this design system. So this is design system, and the claim there, the author said, we have this design system. Does it mean that it's then not? It will kills the design process? It's not. It become assistive tools, just like the CGI to the cinematography, just like uh, photography to the picture art, something like that. Maybe that's the main theme that the authors want to bring in this article. Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any questions for Rizky? Rizky? Yes, suppose it.
Uh, so I actually have a question since this is the topic as AI and generative AI is something that is very what is it? I was very, yeah, it is trending and I was very skeptical about it since since I draw illustrations as well. Uh, and I wanted to ask what about the legal sides of the generative AI, because sometimes the AI, what is it, the AI bros, they tend to, yeah, sometimes, and not all of the cases, but some of the cases, is that they train the AI to replicate another artist's specific styles so that they can make it as close as possible. And I think it is somewhat unethical if the artist itself didn't consent to their pictures or their arts getting used for what is it do for the training materials on the AI. And yeah, I was curious about that. So how does it matters in the
legal kind of side of the AI. Yeah, Rizky, maybe you can give your view first.
Actually, I'm not a legal person, so even it's not stated in the article, but I think, from my opinion, as long as it's not copy paste, there is something changes. I think, yeah, it's okay, but yeah, this is my opinion. Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, thank you very much. How's about others? Do you want to say something? Stealing, yeah, of course. Stealing, I think stealing, at least unethical, at least, even though it's not yet covered by the laws, but I think still, yeah, I think this is also the same. We are talking about uh, answers to similar question. Is ChatGPT should be allowed for the students to use while completing their homework, while completing their codes, etc. This is the same nuance, I believe, right? So you talk about that, and unfortunately, up to now, especially in Indonesia, we do not have a specific or like a definite ethics for this. Some of the universities abroad and maybe even governments abroad, they already talk about this in their parliaments, etc., which is good. Our country is always late with respect to technology, unfortunately. But you need to be aware of this issue. I agree that we need to also conscious about this. That uh, the the use of AI will be ubiquitous. It's gonna be everywhere, anywhere, right? Uh, and it will also need to take our attention when we design a product. And actually, in the discourse of human computer interaction, there is a subtopic that discuss about the ethic and politics. So later, when you develop a product, actually you can put this uh, concern aside. So just forget about whether AI will uh, lead somebody to like being unethical, etc. Just put that aside. Especially when we speak about the usability, we focus more on how to make the product usable, ensure that the products will be easy to use for the users, and if it is necessary for the AI to be there, then just put it. So that's the first step. Later, then, after we do some user study, we've done with the usability test, etc. The politics, the ethics will become our next considerations, and I think it is important, especially when you want to bring your product to the real market. So it's true because and it's not only about the digital product. You can see that in our daily life. A politics matter, right? Many people boycotts some product, etc. It's a very sensitive, right? But it will hurt your revenue if you do not pay attention to that thing. So your product will be fine, it is usable, but I believe when you develop products, you should also, especially in the user experience design, you should also put the business goal within. If the product is easy to use, but the business goals are not met due to the political issue or unethical issue, ethic issue, then it will fail in the market. Not only about AI. Maybe I can bring you to some other good example of technology, augmented reality. So have you heard about this technology already? Augmented reality, just like the Apple Vision Pro does. Okay, so when you can like seeing uh, like a Pokemon Go as well. So basically, you can use your smartphones, Vision Pro, the headset, that wearable devices, etc., to utilize the AR. AR, by the way, one of the most important elements in the AI applications is the existence of always on camera. Okay, always on camera. And it will brings us to yet another issue of ethics. So whether it's fine for us to always turn on our camera, our device's camera, the headset, the smartphones, every time we use that AR devices, because it may break the privacy, right? The user's privacy, public's in public. So that's also should go into our concept when we build our product. In the beginning of the development of Google Glass, if you still remember about this device in 2016, uh, the technology is cool, but then many people complains, especially the ones that not wearing it. Like you are like recording my activities all the time. So, and it's not only in the public area, it's also inside the room during the meeting, etc. So it's unethical and ethical, at least from the perspective of the ones that complained about this device. At least you should let me know uh, when your device camera is on and is it when it is off. So it's quite important. That's why the light indicator becomes matter. And in some device, finally, in many AR devices, there will be some indicator in the back side, as well as the side that is faced toward the public, not the users, to the public. So they know that, oh, you are turning on your camera. So I have a right to avoid you. So I'm not in your recording, etc. Because privacy matters for that users, etc. So that's also you need to put that into your consideration. So when you, for example, you build application in the AR domain, in the application utilizing the AR technology, then there should be some features in your application that allows the user to turn on and turn off the camera, and also allows the device to let the public know that the AR mode is on or off. Okay, so that's one. If the case is AI, then I believe in the future there will be some rules set by the at least community, if it's not the government. Yes.
The company that makes the glasses,
Can you pass to me?
if the company that makes the glasses can prove that the data would not be saved, but only being used for processing, would it still violate it in the same way as it does if it's very um, unclear if it is being saved or processed only, or
I think uh it will be proven or justified in the court actually. So
in court?
I know that everybody can make the claims, but let's saying that my technology will not violate the privacy because I ensure that the information will not leak to the public. It's only stored in the device locally, etc. But I think it's still possible. So it is possible that the claim will be accepted by the public, especially when, for example, the patent documents are published, so everybody can read that. So, and the peer academic reviewers can also check that. So I think it's fair enough. Then it's possible.
Yeah, okay, but
This one, by the way, reminds me about the case of there are two tech giants that go to the court in the recent years. Maybe you still remember about the Zuckerberg in 2018 about the issues of privacy of Facebook at that time, because
yeah, about selling data to
selling data to one of the companies in the US.
Yeah.
That brings the Zuckerberg to the court. And the newest, latest one that is also quite popular is TikTok, also being in the court. So the same, there's some, what is it? Public hearing, right? Public hearing in the court. The same thing about the privacy. TikTok even more terrifying in that news. I will forget. You can check, but your concern is legit, and we need to also consider about this especially. But in our course, we do not to consider that because we are not going to put our product in the real market. So we are just practicing here. So our only concern is gonna be usability, especially. Okay, hope that answers your question, Fauzan. All right. Okay, if we do not have more discussion, maybe we can have a short break for 5 minutes. So we will begin again. We'll start again at 4:10.